Austraeoh by Imploding Colon, read by Deathlight, Chapter 156, Desolate. Well, CC, it's a desert, Rainbow Dash said.
I most certainly didn't expect an ocean of smooth,
said the crystal soundstone in her grasp. Ocean of what now?
Before your time, Philly.
Whatever. Rainbow flew under the burning glint of morning. The flat landscape stretched out desolately before her. The world was still an endless plain of dirty yellow rock. The sky lost its blue texture, favoring a sickly pale eggshell color. Rainbow Dash's eyes were protected behind the tinted lenses of her goggles. Long story short, it doesn't look like there's much to get freaked out about beyond the ravine. It's just a bunch of nothing. The soundstone echoed the stallion's voice.
Bunch of dry, arid nothing, I imagine.
Yeah.
And you're taking necessary precautions?
Rainbow Dash sighed, her lips curving somewhat. Yes, Cece.
Rationing the water we gave you?
Absolutely, and you'd be pleased to know I wash my bridle every day and don't accept drinks from strange stallions.
Now, Philly, there's no need to sass me. Don't let the dull appearance of the landscape fool you. You are still in a great deal of danger if you underestimate the severe lack of resources at your disposal.
Hey, I've flown through rough places before. I'm pacing myself here, trying not to go too fast or too slow. If I glide and let the air carry me, then I'm exerting only half the effort and... She blinked and smiled nervously at the sunlight. Well, that's a bunch of Pegasus stuff. I don't know if you can relate.
I think I understand what you're getting at well enough. I know it may seem like nothing to you, but I find your current discoveries amazingly fascinating, Philly.
Uh-huh.
It boggles the mind to think that the injured Earth pony could have dragged himself for so long across such a barren landscape.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about that too. Yeah, I know a thing or two about what lay beyond the stretch of desert. I mean, it's a crazy distance to gallop on hoof, much less drag oneself across. What are the odds that he and his fellow ponies knew that Darkstein was waiting for him to the west?
Or he could have been making a blind run when he approached the ravine.
What for?
Because whatever chased him out of his home was horrible enough to warrant the suicidal venture.
Rainbow Dash took a deep breath, squinting at the pale horizon. Well, I guess we're both gonna find out, huh?
So long as you don't fly out of range of the stone's enchantments first.
Boy, wouldn't that ruin your day? Rainbow Dash took a deep breath. And speaking of enchantment, I think I better cool it before the stone blows up from the sheer awesomeness of your voice.
Well, if you insist.
I'll fill you in on my progress tomorrow, old stallion. In the meantime, hit Desert Light for me.
I'll strongly consider it.
Now Cole Kenner's voice dwindled in the air. Rainbow pocketed the soundstone away, took a deep breath, and glided eastward at an accelerated rate. I'm sick of this place already. The flight ahead was identical to the previous 36 hours. There was no break to the flat topography. Occasionally, lines would form in the sand from what Rainbow Dash judged were ancient riverbeds that had since dried up. She also discovered a cluster of rocks that would be lying upon a desolate surface for no apparent reason. She paused once to examine a pile of stones, only to touch one and witness it crumbling into smaller ashen pebbles. If she didn't know about the Earth Pony and his horrible fate, she would have guessed she was the only pony to have graced these parts in a millennia. Rainbow Dash was starting to wonder if the entire world was nothing more than a desolate mystery. When she grew up, she always had a deeply seated assumption that equestrian society had spread to the four corners of the physical plane. What she began to discover, however, was the world that she lived on was simply tiny patches of society, spread thinly between huge splashes of untapped wilderness. In a way, she was excited. This meant that there were innumerable spots to discover and witness firsthand in ways that she never did before. This also meant that such amazing places stood not to be so amazing after all. After a day spent with coal counter and desert light, building up so much fear and suspension about what lay beyond the ravine, she was only discovering a whole lot of nothing. And she wondered perhaps the rest of her journey would be more interesting if she spent in the mechanical bowels of the realm than above it. She smiled as she glided eastward, undaunted. There's more explosions up here, occasionally. Suddenly, she squinted. She raised a hoof up to her goggles and removed the tint to see the horizon more clearly. The East Desert was growing thick with dust and haze. Soon, a swirling wall of grit and sediment was kicking up, forming a solid tempest of billowing sand. She couldn't even see the sunlight through it. She clenched her jaw. Well, this doesn't look good.